Welcome to Big Bugs Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. So today I'm playing Formula 1 2015, and I'm showing you now my qualifying lap in the first race of the season, which is Australia. We're Lewis Hamilton in this game, and we're in his Mercedes. An absolute fabulous car, I've got to say, and the car is very quick, real nice car to drive. As you can see, I'm currently running third. So this is just a short qualifying session, nothing too long. I'm not going to bore you with it all. As you can see, it was in the rain, so it did prove a little bit tough, and you could feel the car sliding around a little bit. I'm playing this on the G29, the Logitec G29, beautiful wheel. And we're also going to be doing some of this with the DZ Roughnecks as well, so you keep an eye for that, guys. I'll be doing a live stream on that. But here you can see, like I said, I'm currently in third. Behind Vettel and Rosberg. I was really pushing this car hard. I was sliding around. I really wanted that first place. I didn't want Rosberg to be in first. So we just let you see out the last part of the lap now. And you do get a real good feeling for the car. And the graphics and the way this game plays is amazing. Second gear for this corner. Into third, just cruise third gear around this final bend, and then off you go. And can we make it? There it is, first place, and I was absolutely over the moon with that. An awesome result. I've got to say, I really was pleased with the way I drove there in the rain, being that it's my first time.
We were expecting from them. Tomorrow, they'll be expecting both cars on the podium if it all goes to plan.
It's nearly 5 o'clock here local time, and welcome to race day here in Melbourne, Australia. The cars are on the grid and they should be setting off shortly for the formation lap. It's a great position for Lewis Hamilton to start the season from, and one that he'll be hoping he can capitalise on and turn into a race win today.
So we're on the start of the grid then. The lights go green. And we're off. I've got a fabulous start here, a real good jump on the rest of the pack. Now, as you can see in the top right hand side, it's 1 of 15 laps. This is the first lap. I did edit out a lot of the laps just to give you a rough idea of what was going on. It was a pretty calm race for the first race of the season. I was pleased with it. However, it was a bit too calm for you guys to be watching it all, so I did edit out a lot of it, as I've said. The beautiful sunshine, no race during this one, no rain during this one, so it was a real nice sort of race, and you know, like I said, nice and calm. Rosberg and Vettel behind me, but to be honest, I felt quite comfortable. And what I really like about this game is how smooth it is when it drives. It does drive smooth. You can really get a nice flow going. And what I also like about it, if you get one corner slightly wrong, it'll knock the way you drive out for the next corner. Like you'll get it wrong, and it'll just be all wrong. So it is nice. See, now I'm running a bit slow, but second gear. And then coming into third for this final corner. There you go. So I've jumped it straight into lap 6. It's a 15 lap race, and you do need to do a pit stop due to the fact that we've got it so that everything wears, the tyres wear and stuff like that. You can also adjust your fuel settings so that you can run super rich or standard fuel or lean, so depending on how much fuel you want to use, or higher revs as it was for the richer settings. So basically, if you're unsure on this game, if you have a rich setting on the car in the fuel, that will burn more fuel. It will make the car quicker, And if you have a lean setting, that means you're running less fuel, which will make the fuel last longer, but the car will be a little bit slower. And obviously standard is standard. I've not adjusted anything else on this at all. I've not adjusted. This is on the medium strength AI. It wasn't on difficult, just medium strength. And like I say, I've not adjusted nothing. I've not adjusted any of the sort of cambers or nothing like that. And here we're just gonna fly around now. Now I do show you this lap also. Main reason I show you this lap is it gives you a chance to see me going into the pit for the end of this lap. Now if you also look on the right hand side, if you're thinking about buying this game, I'm in manual gears, and next to, on the right hand side, next to, like, you got 4, 5, shows you the gear, and then it comes up with a little red number, so it will say third, or it will say 3 or 2. That's a suggested gear. That's what the computer says to you. We suggest, like there, second. But it's very difficult to see that sometimes when you're kind of flying along. If you pay too much attention down there, you're going to crash. Definitely. I did try and live stream this. Sometimes when you're talking to the live stream, it's it's very easy to read the text bar and crash. And here we go now. We'll drop down into second and then into the pits with this one. Now the pit stops are very quick, but I managed to somehow edit out a small part of it that I just couldn't get back. So I do apologise about that. But you get the idea. That is literally how long you're in there for as well. You literally roll in and it's bump, 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 tyres off and you're out. It's seconds. 2 seconds, if that, 3 seconds. So when I come out the pit, I'm currently running now in 4th, which isn't bad considering I've stopped. I did expect to lose quite a bit of time, and I honestly thought I would come out a lot further back than that. But no problem, it gives us a little something to try and get past. Try and overtake these cars in front. Now I've only run a few laps on this track and already I'm starting to get a real nice feeling for it. And that's the kind of thing I did notice with this game. The more laps you run, the more comfortable you become, the more fluent the car feels. And yeah, until you lose your concentration, there you go, we overtook him, no problem. Until you lose your concentration, once you lose concentration, you're on the grass. It's that simple, really. That is a nice fast corner. I like that corner. If you get it right, it's so nice, but get it wrong and you're going to be a lawnmower for the most part of it. Third gear, lovely. That's another nice corner. Again, if you get that wrong, it can be a bit of a pain. As you can see, I cut the grass there. Drop down into second. And this is the completion of lap 8. So we had our pits halfway through, no problem there at all. I do like the pit strategies and things like that. And also when it does rain, when I was qualifying in the rain, you can really feel the car sliding around if you get the power down too early. And I do keep a few of the assists off on this. I don't use the brake assist. The brake assist is terrible. It feels like the computer wants to control the car too much. Traction control is on low. Oh, just a touch of the wall there. Traction control is on low, so it's got some traction control but not too much. Again, if you take it off and you hit that accelerator too hard, you're just gonna, you can feel the back of the car just spinning out, and you end up hitting the wall and all sorts. That's just about held on for that corner. That is a 6th gear corner, but I took it wrong. And as it stands right now, we're on our way. I'm thinking now we can take the maximum points here on the first race, which will be awesome if we can do that. I literally bought this game yesterday, I think it was, and I had a few races. Again, we'll be racing with the Dark Zone Roughnecks tonight, so I might record that, or I might even live stream it, so keep an eye for that, guys. Don't forget, guys, please like and subscribe. That would be really nice. And you can really get a feel as it goes across them curves as well. You can feel it unsettle the car. And also certain bumps, you can feel when you hit the bump, you can't quite stop in time and things like that. So you do get a nice feel for the car. It's not a race simulator. It's definitely not. You haven't got loads and loads of adjustments, but it just plays very nice. This is kind of middle of the road sort of racing, I would say. It's not a simulator, but it's not an arcade game either. It's kind of in the middle. You get a few force feedback settings, nothing too heavy, real sort of beginner stuff, but again, it's that type of game, and it just races nice. The tracks do feel quite accurate. I've raced a lot of track racing games, including Project Cars and things like that, and the track's not too bad, to be honest. The tracks are quite accurate. I'm not going to say they're laser cut or laser measured tracks, because they're clearly not, but really does feel good. Does feel good. So this is lap 12 now. Nice, and we're just sort of cruising around. We're back in first place. Obviously the rest of the cars on the track have to pit as well. Didn't really get a lot of opportunity on this track to hit 8th gear. There is 8 gears in this car, which is a bit of a nightmare when you're sort of running up to 8th gear and you're coming into a corner that's, say, a 2nd gear corner. You're suddenly you're hitting the paddle shifters to come down the gears, and it's, you know, trying to keep count of where you are. Nice corner that. Again, I like that corner. I think they've done a pretty nice job on this. This is definitely a bargain game for $15.99. If you like Formula 1, this is definitely a bargain for that kind of price. You can't really go wrong for that, I don't think. And that was the completion of lap 12. So I've kept the lap 13 running. Again, you can start to feel like a rhythm in the car when you're driving, and the way the shadows flick across the car as well. That's a real nice touch. There's a few different camera angles. You can race in full cockpit view if you want to. I personally quite like this camera, which is like the TV style camera, just above the driver's helmet. I was quite impressed with it, I've got to admit. $15.99, you can't go wrong really. £15.99 UK pounds, you can't go wrong with that. And we're just manoeuvring around this vehicle. There you go. It actually felt like a proper F1 overtake, you know, with the sharp pulling out from behind them, and checking the mirrors as we go. Whoa, I said, using all of the curb there, every single bit. I was in a bit of trouble there, so I had to drop it down into first. It does feel nice. It's a nice game. And that's this is the final lap, lap 15. Again, through the shadows. Lovely effect of the lighting as you come through them shadows. I used the green, the line as it was, the guiding line, just for corners. You can use it throughout the track. I used it just for corners. And you can also use that green line in 2D effect, so it's flat on the road, or 3D effect where it's a little bit more raised. I prefer the 2D effect myself. It's personal tastes. And there's quite a lot of options on this game, I've got to say, regarding all your fuels and brake bias and things like that. And you do notice the difference in the car when the tyres start to wear also. Or if they start to overheat or get cold even, come out with cold brakes. You really do notice the difference. So we're just taking these last couple of corners now. And as we bring it round to the final bend, and we take the win. A well-deserved maximum points. Really pleased with that, and nice effects. And give us our trophy.
That's the end of the first race here in Melbourne, and it's Lewis Hamilton who's got the upper hand and 25 points to his name.
Well, Lewis is always someone the other drivers respect. He's one of the best drivers on the grid, and if he has a competitive
Thank you for tuning in, guys. Please like and subscribe.
He's proven that yet again today.
Well,
Take care.
what a weekend that has been. Please
Peace.
join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.